cried out to God and felt like no one was listening? Like your prayers were hitting a ceiling and bouncing right back.
Yep, I have. And if you felt that way, you're not alone. You are not alone, because so many people, especially in our lowest moments, wrestle with the haunting question, God, where are you? Why don't I feel you?
So today on Thrive by the Rising Muse, we are having a heart-to-heart conversation that gets real about spiritual silence, the feeling of abandonment, how our faith can survive those wilderness seasons.
Yeah, today is going to be raw.
Yes.
It's going to be honest and necessary.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Veda.
I'm Naty. And we are here to thrive. Whew. Well, today's episode is about something we don't talk enough in faith spaces. Because people think that, everything is holy all the time. Well, those moments when God feels distant or worse, absent. And we think we're doing the right things, but the pain doesn't stop. The breakthrough doesn't come, and heaven seems like closed. Knock, knock, who's there?
We're diving into the emotional and spiritual tension of feeling abandoned by God. This is not a theological debate.
Nope.
This is a real life experience that touches our mental health, that touches our view of ourselves, and how we walk with God during hard times.
So it doesn't matter if you're in a valley right now or you've come through it. We believe there's healing in honest conversation.
Yes.
So let's get to it.
Yes. Let's get to it. Let's talk about defining the feeling.
Yeah.
Okay?
Usually you feel like you're praying and you're praying and you're praying and there's no answer. You're feeling like so deflated, like you don't have the energy. You have one problem after the other, after the other, after the other. It's like, hello, I've been praying. I'm on my knees.
Yeah.
I'm fasting. I don't have anyone confessing, or I'm confessing everything I need to, and I don't hear absolutely anything.
How about the common triggers? Grief, unanswered prayers, chronic illnesses, mental health struggles.
Do you remember a moment in your life where you felt like that?
Yeah. What time is it? No. Not today, per se.
2020.
Yes. 5 years ago today.
2020 was a hard year.
Yeah, it was hard because
it was like back to back to back.
My mom died.
Right, 2 weeks after I had surgery.
After you had surgery, and then the next month, my brother, traumatic brain injury that changed his life totally. It was rough. And in fact, 5 years ago today is the 21st. 5 years ago today, it was a Monday. I got a phone call Monday morning saying that he had been hurt on the job and was being rushed
to the
hospital. And they called me because he wasn't married, didn't have children, and mama was already gone. They called me to ask permission to put a shunt in his head to drain the fluid.
The fluids of the brain.
And they had to put him in a coma. Yeah.
And you were in the middle of college.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus. I was in smack dab in the middle of school. It was the year before I graduated.
Yeah.
And I'm in ICU with him.
Trying to do homework.
Trying to write papers on my laptop with 24-hour police guard in the room. Remember I told you I had to sleep in my sweatpants and my t-shirt and full body gear. No, it was in my reclining chair. Never recline I had sleep straight up for 6-7 nights.
I hate hospital chairs. I learned to sleep in them when my mom was around, and I had to, but I hated them. I would have rather sleep in the floor with a blanket than in one of those chairs.
It was supposed to be a recliner, but to this day, that chair has not reclined.
What about acknowledging those seasons and not feeling guilt? Because sometimes we think, God has, according to what I understand, God has 3 answers for you. Yes, no, not now. So usually the silence is either the not now or no. Well, or we are really not quiet enough to listen.
We're not.
Right.
Okay. Have you ever said yourself or heard someone say, I had my devotion this morning and I was talking to God and, yada, yada. And it's like, well, what did God say? Well, I ain't hearing that. Well, that's because you were talking. How are you supposed to hear? You can't hear God.
If you're the one doing all the talking.
If I'm the one talking, I'm not going to hear anybody but what I say.
Right.
It's in those quiet moments.
Yes.
Okay? When you biting your lip. Quiet. These are the moments that you hear God.
Right.
But while our mind is going 1,000 miles a minute and we already trying to fix it, and no, you're not going to hear from God. You're not going to hear from God because you could just see God being like, I'm going to wait till you finish. I'm going to wait till you finish. And when you finish, then I'm going to go and do what I'm going to do.
I saw a video. This guy said, okay, I'm going to talk to you, God, today. He opens his Bible, reads one verse, and then something happens on his phone, and he starts checking it, and he's like, oh, I'm tired for work. I'll check on you with you later. And God is like, he was trying to say something. And he said, well, I'll be here tomorrow again when you come back. So sometimes it's us.
A lot of times it's us.
Yes.
It is. It's us a lot of times.
Yes, it's a lot.
You know what is hard for us to be?
Hold on. My English just got twisted because I just said Spanish and I heard myself. You know what? It is also that we can't understand how to quiet our minds. We have so much going on that while we're praying or trying to talk to God, we are thinking about the 10 or 20 things that we're supposed to be doing. And instead of being present in that moment. The other thing is, sometimes we don't like to hear the no.
No, most of the time we don't want to hear no.
Because
we don't want to hear God say, no, this is not for you, or no, not right now, or no, you better run. You don't want to hear that.
Or when you say, Lord, I need a sign, I need a signal. I've been in the situation where he put a whole billboard. I was like, that's not it. That's not it.
I think the sign that we're asking for is lightning striking a tree and the tree being on fire.
Sometimes we are so stubborn that we say, no, that was not it either.
I would be like, okay, I got you.
Well, if it happens exactly in the moment that I'm praying, yes, absolutely, absolutely. I've had those moments where when God has said, okay, if I don't yell at her, she's really not going to listen, and He says something very loud, and I go, never mind, yes, sir, whatever you said. That has happened like 2 or 3 times in my life. But the rest of the time, it's just my head getting quiet.
This is the one I want to talk about. Emphasizing the importance of acknowledging your feelings without guilt.
Yep.
Okay. When my brother got hurt 5 years ago, my mom's sister in California was fasting. She fasted for about 12 days, number water and prayer and scripture. So that my brother would be healed. And I talked to her one day, And she said, I stood at my kitchen sink and I told God, there is no reason for him to die. And if he does not make it, then what do you do? See, you talk to God like,
the Bible says, come bold through the throne, but I am not that bold. I'm not that bold.
You told him what? Mm-hmm. You said what? She said it all over again. And she was more confident this time than she was first time. She said, I told him there is no reason for him to die. And if he does die, then what do you do? I believe God here, my brother, because he won't have to deal with my aunt. Okay, it's good. I know people. Yeah. That's how she...
I'm not that bold.
I'm getting...
I always feel like that he's going to strike me if I do that.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Oh. When my husband passed out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? 41 years of marriage. Jesus is real. Thank you. He's a big man. He used to play football, high school scholarship to college, Marine Corps.
263?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I know I have to look up to him. So, hey. But the morning that he hit the pavement in the parking lot, I was on the phone with my cousin in Paris. Mm-hmm. And we were talking, and I saw my husband walking it.
You know why I'm laughing?
Why?
Because I saw that with you.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh too.
It's like a cartoon. I'm in the car waiting. No, we were walking towards the car. She's in front of me. All of a sudden, I don't see her. She's on the floor. But it was like she disappeared because she tripped and fell.
Okay, look.
That's what happened to her.
It was nighttime, and I tripped over that concrete thing that keep the disabled people from going over hitting the sign when you park. It's the concrete stopper.
Now you see her, now you don't.
And
that's what happened to her.
She said 1 minute you were walking, next minute you were gone. And she looked around, I'm getting up off the ground. So she laughing at that.
Every time.
But I promise you, when I saw him come out of the business, I saw him walking toward the truck.
Then you didn't see
I told my cousin, I said, my husband's on his way here. And we'll get it. And the next thing I know, I'm looking over there and look behind me and...
Where did he go?
Oh my God, he hit the ground. I got to go. That's the only thing he heard. But truck, man running out of the business. My husband hit the ground and didn't even know he had hit the ground.
I'm also laughing because he's fine.
And I saw that when he came to himself, even though his eyes were open, he came to himself. He's like, what am I doing down here? I should have looked at him like this. But no, I'm not that kind of way. I'm not that kind of way. That scared me.
I'm sure.
Because
I know he did.
He's strong. Always has been. And then for him to go down like that.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. Took him to the hospital, stayed overnight. Did all that, the alphabet scans, all of them.
He said almost 2 days.
Yeah. And they couldn't find nothing. They could not find anything. And then after then, you know what happened to me. I'm walking around the house like a mother hen and he sneezed. You all right? Yeah. You okay?
He asleep. Let me check. Is he breathing?
I mean, it. And I asked, why, God? Why? But I'm going to have to tell the truth. The first time it happened, I said, I know you are not getting ready to take it from me. No. I did. And I said, oh, Lord, I hope you love me like you love Auntie Ann and won't strike me down, Jesus. But yeah,
he does.
Yeah, we've all had those moments where, God, where are you? Mm-hmm. And then we say, oh my God. It's like, how could this happen? Mm-hmm. It can. Got a girlfriend. She was killed Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. A man ran a red light. Mm-hmm. And she was killed instantly. Mm-hmm. Minding her own business. Mm-hmm. She left out. Just knew she was coming back home. Yeah. Never made it back home. Hmm. So it's like, and I know her sister's like, God, where are you? Yeah. How could this have happened? But I really believe we need to be more honest with God.
I do believe so too.
I really believe we need to be more honest. See, when I was growing up, thou, thou.
Again, until I actually not saved, but when I developed a relationship with God, I thought He was just an eye in the sky watching everything I did, trying to smite me at every corner.
Because I grew up here and God gonna get you. Mm-hmm. God gonna get you. Mm-hmm. But what's He not gonna get me for? Let's start there.
Well, He sees everything I do, even when, so He's gonna get me anyway. But when you're young, you don't
think about that because we think we're immortal and invincible anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we are not the only ones who have dealt with this. There's a lot of biblical figures that have experienced that. Mm-hmm. The first one we're going to talk about is Job. Mm. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
He lost everything. Everything.
Every syllable of that. He lost it.
Everything.
Yes.
His family, his health, his wealth. Mm-hmm. And he did good, guys. Why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm. But then I think the most hurtful thing is, even if you lose your children and stuff, your spouse is with you. Maybe you can get through some things, but even his spouse.
Yeah, his wife said,
why don't you just curse God and die, okay? Because you're going through some things.
Yeah.
And when you go through things, I'm going through things, so.
Yeah, she was not supportive of
No, she was not supportive. I'm not mad at her, but.
Yeah.
Apparently, she was not afraid of things happening to
her. We don't know what happened
to her. We don't know what happened. It's like all of a sudden she was there and then.
She was not.
No more.
See?
No more. But yeah, Job went through a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, even Job's friends
were like, what are you doing?
Man. Mm-hmm. It looked like you living holy to us, but you must be doing something secret, okay? Yeah. When the sun go down, 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 you doing something.
Who?
Job. But my man David.
Psalms. Some are praises, but
most of them are prayers of confession.
Yeah. But I've seen some psalms that are anti-N type of language. God, why are you doing this to me? Mm-hmm. And smite them and do them and they want make them children, his children be fatherless and kill them. And ooh.
I only found out in the last 30 years I can make it through salvation. Yeah. Because of Job. When I actually learned about Job, Job messed up a lot.
You're talking about David, not Job.
Not Job, David. Yeah, David Job, messed up a lot.
Yeah, Job was fine.
Forgive me, Job. David messed up a lot.
Yeah,
David took another man's wife, got her pregnant,
killed the man,
told her, put him in front.
Kill the man.
Guarantee he ain't gonna make it.
Right.
And then David did just like we do. Mm-hmm. Ask God to bless our mess.
Oof, yes,
I got another man's woman pregnant. I had him taken care of. Mm-hmm. Now the baby, she in trouble. Mm-hmm. Please bless the
mess.
And see, that was back when you had to cut the goat and it had to be pure, and you take it to the temple once a year, and the priest was tied with the rope just in case they snuck out the night before and didn't tell nobody. And then they go in the temple, they die, they just pull them out, tie another priest on there.
I know.
David was rough.
Yes.
And David's children.
I know.
David's kids.
I've been hearing about them. Because confess, I haven't read all the books, but now that I'm getting more into the books, I've been reading about David's children. Yes. They were a hot mess.
Hotness.
Like one of them with the sister.
Yes, I mean we're talking about. You've got adultery.
Yeah. Incest.
Incest.
Murder. Mess.
Children that didn't come from mother and father in a relationship. They came outside the relationship. Out of wedlock,
yeah.
And, and then your children.
It was messy.
It was a lot.
It was messy.
But when I read in Acts, God said, David is a man after my own heart. Mm-hmm. When I read that, I was like, whoa, okay. I can do this. I can do this.
We haven't killed anybody yet.
No, I can do this because if God can say after everything that David has done, but then you think about it, David was the one that would praise God out of his clothes.
And that's what I was about to say. They said, I heard said that when the Lord calls you, he knows and he takes into account your foolishness. So he knew that David was going to love him and was going to do what he was asked to do, and that he was going to love him even though he was going to do all those crazy things.
It's not like God said, man, he really disappointed me. I thought he was going to. No, God already knows. He already knew.
Thank God.
Yes, he already knew. And that's why he gave us his ultimate sacrifice.
Jesus.
Of the way out of hell.
Thank you, Jesus.
And the way to salvation, to spend eternity with Jesus. I used to hear my grandma say, thank God for Jesus. Mm-hmm. Thank God for Jesus. Yes.
Then we have Elijah. That after a major victory, he fled in fear and asked God to take his life, feeling utterly alone. After you win, then you feel alone? That's messed up. But then here's the bigger one. Jesus himself felt abandoned. When he was at the cross, God, why have you forsaken me?
My God.
My God. This is his son, the one that was with him in heaven before he came here.
That was the moment that God turned his face. Mm-hmm. Because God can't be in front of evil.
Right.
And when Jesus took on all the evil, it's like God. And Jesus felt him. Mm-hmm. You turn your face.
You're not here with me.
Am I alone? Right. Are you still with me? He knew. Mm-hmm. But he allowed him to be human. Mm-hmm. So that there's not one thing that we go through that Jesus did not go through. Mm-hmm. Okay? Betrayal. Mm-hmm. Disappointment. Mm-hmm. Abuse. Mm-hmm. Liars. Mm-hmm. Schemers. Mm-hmm. Weren't they casting lots for his clothing at the foot of the cross?
That's messed up.
Jesus. These stories remind us that even the most faithful experience, the most faithful season of spiritual desolation, and God met them in it, in the valley. in the desert.
Mm-hmm. And that's when we have to see what's really going on. Is God, like we were saying earlier, is God really silent, or are we overwhelmed to the point where we can't hear nothing? How is trauma and mental health shaping our perceptions? How many times we think, well, and this happens to us sometimes, what's wrong with you? You're like, nothing. Why do you have a look in your face? This is my face.
I don't know. What am I looking like?
Right. And but that happens also in our relationship with God.
Yeah.
We think the silence is because something happened, because our trauma, because of our own feelings of abandonment from
we definitely have abandonment issues. If I don't hear you, you have left me.
Right.
And that is not the case.
And that's not the case.
That is not the case.
Yeah. So sometimes when we compared God to our earthly relationships, then if we don't hear it's like the person who you text, and if you don't text them 10 seconds back, what happened? What's wrong with you? Why didn't you answer?
I know people like that.
Not me.
Or if you don't answer the phone, you don't answer, then they call another person, and
if
they
we know somebody
answer,
like
then
that.
they call another person, and after a while they've gone through 5 people
just to get to you,
just to get to me. And so, well, what's going on? They're just
nothing. That's not me, by the way.
She's busy.
Right.
And we just gonna leave it at that. Right. She's busy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she saw that you call and she'll call you back.
She'll call you back. Or she's asleep because you're doing this at unholy hours. But the same thing happens in our relationship with God. Sometimes we want the answer right away. This is not ChatGPT.
Right.
This is not Google.
Right. Right. And we've gotten to the point where we won't drive through answers to our prayer. Yeah. You want to drive up, place your order. This is my problem. And by the time you get to the window, you expect for the problem to be solved, right, and you go on your way. Yeah. It's not that way. Because remember I said the other week that our faith and our belief in God is not a sprint. It's a marathon.
It's a journey.
This is a journey every day that our eyes open. Our relationship with God is a journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're going through. Now, I remember my grandma used to say, I'm just a pilgrim traveling through. This world is not my home.
It is. It's true.
We think and live like we're going to stay here forever. And we're not. We're not.
Now, hear this one. Because sometimes we don't know the difference between divine absence and divine patience. Sometimes God is quiet because you have the answer in front of you and you're not looking at it. Like when we're homeschooling and he knows all those letters. You have spent 3 months on the letter F. And when you tell him, what letter is this? S. And you don't answer because he knows it's the letter F.
It's just something.
You don't have to say it.
You don't even have to say anything. Right. He just look in my eyes and said, F.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
But the same thing with God. He has given us sometimes all the tools. We have all the answers, and because he has given them to us, and he's just sitting back like, whenever you're ready to open your eyes and see that it's in front of you, that you've already gone through this, that we've already solved this problem, whenever you're ready to figure it out, then go for it.
And when we're talking about divine absence and divine presence, patience. Forgive me.
That's fine.
David said, I waited patiently on the Lord, and he inclined unto me. He picked me up out of a miry clay, set me up on a rock. But he didn't just leave me there. He established my goings, which meant he turned me in the direction I need to be in. Actively waiting on God does not mean sitting, twiddling your thumbs.
Right.
You need to be actively seeking God.
Right.
Not just sitting there waiting for God.
Right.
And I think a lot of people get that they misunderstand that because they see waiting means to stay. But this waiting means to actively seek God, not actively try to solve your problem, but actively seeking God for an answer on which way to go with that problem.
Yeah, that's right. Also, knowing that faith is a choice, not a feeling.
Right.
Sometimes you don't feel like talking to anybody. But, and I've heard you say this, and I'm the same way. I can't be in the same house with somebody and not talk to them.
Right.
And even if I don't feel like talking to them, they're right there. And sometimes because we don't see the Lord doesn't mean He's not there.
Right.
And so even if you're not feeling like, you can go, today I don't feel like talking to anybody, by the way, thank you for being alive. How you doing? Type of thing. But it's a choice.
It is a choice.
You have to choose every day to do this walk.
Yeah. You have to be purposeful and intentional, not stumble up on it an accident. We have to purposefully seek God.
Yeah.
Intentionally seek God. And intentionally quiet ourselves so that we can hear from God.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
The other thing is, do we confuse spiritual dryness with a shift change? Because see, when things are about to change, like if you're moving furniture, and you move stuff and then a lot of stuff is between it and you have to clean it, it's all this dirt. Well, sometimes you don't realize that a lot of things are happening because you're being shifted somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you have to clean the path towards that direction.
I learned that it was called a paradigm shift.
Okay.
And that is a shift spiritually. Are you going into a new season? God's about to reveal something to you. And, it's just, I am so thankful that I am in a relationship with God.
Oh, yes.
And not wondering.
Yeah.
What's my purpose? And we wish that on everyone.
Absolutely.
Because God puts people in front of us. He puts people there, whether we want to notice them, acknowledge them or not. He has much people in the city. Much. We are not alone. And God's word said, and lo, I am with you, even unto the ends of the earth. Wherever I send you, I'm going to be there with you. But we have to see Jesus with the skin on it.
See, the thing is, we don't realize that we are here for a reason, for a purpose, in this place, in this time, with these particular people around us. You were placed in that office, in that job, for a reason. And they put certain people around you for a reason. And you live in the house you live for a reason, or the apartment that you live for a reason, with the people that you live for a reason. Sometimes you pick your own wrong reasons. But even then, those people can show something to you and make you grow. Because I can tell you, even the worst of my relationships, I can look back and say, this is, what the devil intended for bad and what I did out of foolishness, the Lord turned it out for my good and to teach me something and to polish me somewhere and to grow my faith. So, yeah, even when you don't like that 9 to 5 or 10 to 11, whatever hours you work, there's a reason. There's a reason. And the people that you interact with are interacting with you for a reason. Everything is very intentional and purposeful. So the question is, how do we navigate through these seasons?
I do know one thing.
Yeah.
We cannot navigate through these seasons alone.
That's true.
We can't do it by ourselves.
Community.
We were not made to be alone.
Right.
We were made to be relational.
Mm-hmm.
And I am really, really, really serious about an accountability partner.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that you trust, who trusts you. But, it's easy for us to get a yes friend.
Oh, no, you don't need a yes friend.
No, you need a no friend. Yeah. Okay? And let me tell you what a no friend is. Okay? I'm with you. I'm with you. But then you come up with something. No.
Yeah.
What do you mean, no?
No.
No is complete sentence. N-O period. No.
Yeah.
But you're my friend. That's why I'm saying no. But no. No. And that's what God has to say to us. Mm-hmm. That's what he has. No. Okay, but I figured out a few ways that we could do. You know how we do? Okay, I figured out number 1, no. Number 2,
no.
Mm-hmm. Number 3, definitely not. No. Okay, and what's number 4?
Absolutely not.
So I tell you what, why don't we just go to 5 and you listen to me and you hear from me. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to hear what God has to say because a lot of times it's not what we want to hear. Yep. Because we want things fixed in a certain kind of way that's especially, not disturbing to us, embarrassing to us, uneasy for us. If we're not embarrassed, if we're not uneasy,
there's no change.
And there's no growth.
Yeah.
Growing pains hurt. I've been hearing that all my life.
That's why they're going growing pains.
Growing pains hurt. And when you're growing, think about a woman pregnant. Her stomach is stretching. She's feeling some things she has never felt before. This is her first child. And I remember I'm pregnant with my son and his feet are all up in my ribs. I couldn't even sit back in a chair. I had to be propped up with like 5 pillows and just constantly pushing my stomach down because his little feet were up in my ribs. And it can be very uncomfortable. And it can make you very tired. But God. But God.
Yeah. So when we're talking about community, you have to think about your spiritual mentors, like she said, accountability partners, a therapist. If we have mental health issues, going to a therapist is always a good idea.
Oh, yes.
It is.
Can I interject a second?
You can.
I had to go to the store before we started taping.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
And remember we bought a steamer yesterday?
Yes.
To
steam clothes.
Steam some clothes. And it didn't work. It did not work. That was so disappointing. And I was like, I want to get the most inexpensive one. And that's not always the best one because I took that back today and got the one that was more than this. Okay. Only 800 watts. But the one I got today, 1400. Okay. If you don't work, my clothes just need to stay wrinkled. That's the way I feel. If I had bought the one yesterday and it worked, I would not have been back in the store today. But it was meant to be. I thought it was because I had to return the steamer. And a lady on the aisle that I was looking at steamer. She was looking at her. She said, I just got out of church and God told me to come here. She said, I tried to go to another store, Pleasant Hill, that place, Pleasant Hill, and God kept saying 29. Because she said, I went to 2 other stores. And I said, okay, I'm going to 29. She ends up at the store on 29. We end up on the same aisle. Okay? We're talking. I pull my card out. Yes, pull the card out, and I said, if you don't mind, my sister and I, we have a podcast. We talk about faith, family, and mental health. Yeah. And she looked at the card and she said, oh my God, that's why he had me to come here. And I try to keep, my composure. On the inside, I'm like, what? Right. But she said, let me explain to you. God told me go to the store on 29. I tried to go to the one on Pleasant Hill. I tried to go to the one on Collins Hill. And he would not let me rest until I ended up on 29. Her mother just died a few months ago. She's an older lady. Her mother just died a few months ago. And she needs grief counseling.
Wow.
And yeah. That's one of my specialties.
Yes, it is.
And I explained to her, I said, I'm a grief counselor, and I'm sure they're going to look at the yeah. When my mother unexpectedly died 9 years ago, I went to grief counseling so that I wouldn't lose my mind. And enjoyed it so much and felt so much better, went back through it so that I could be a facilitator. She said, I need to talk to you. I said, sure. Got her phone number, got her name. I said, I'll text you later on. So I'm going to tape right now, but I'll text you later on and we'll decide when a good time. And I said, when you talk to me, you do the talking. You do the talking. And I may interject. Right. I'd say, but you do the talking because I can't talk on her behalf.
Right.
I don't know what she's feeling, what she's going through. God has a way of putting you in line with the people that you need. And we may think about it, okay, all right, so she didn't go to the other store she went to. When God tells you to do something, you may not feel too sure about it, whatever, but see, God said, my sheep know my voice. And I don't believe that Satan told her, go to the store on 29.
No.
And when she went to one Pleasant, I said 29. When she went to college, she said, no, 29.
She's quite obedient. She's quite obedient.
She's very obedient. She said nothing else would work out. And I ended up coming here, and she said, I thought I came for an iron, but I came for this because I need to talk to somebody. So I really smile when I see God at work. And I'll tell a person just like that, there are no coincidences.
Oh, no.
Okay? As my granddad used to call coinkydink. No. There are no coincidences. God is purposeful.
So the other things that we can do during these seasons is pray. Even when it's messy or you're angry, you just go bold to the throne.
What is prayer? Talking to God.
That's correct.
But it's a two-way conversation.
Yes.
Talk to God and then say, okay, Lord, I'm listening to you.
Right. The other is read the scriptures, especially Psalms. I'm telling you, David did a lot of grief sharing
in Psalms.
A lot of praise, a lot of worship, but he was pissed off sometimes, and you can identify yourself in some of those
and
Psalms.
And when you go to Psalm 51, David is repenting. Mercy on me, O God, according to your loving kindness, according to the multitude of your tender mercies. Wash me of my transgressions. I know I'm sinful. Cleanse me. Please cleanse me. I know I came into this world sin through my mother's womb. Cleanse me. Wash me. You want to be washed? You want to be cleansed mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Ask for forgiveness. Ask God for forgiveness.
Right. Then the other one, practical self-care. There is nothing more holy than a snack and a nap. Did you know that? Yeah, it's true. You ever heard of that?
I wouldn't expect.
Sometimes you're just hangry.
Hangry? Yeah.
Hungry and angry.
Yes.
And sometimes you're just sleepy and pissed off because you're like having like a tantrum like a toddler.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's nothing more holy than a snack and a nap.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself. Make sure your physical needs are met. Boundaries.
Yes.
When you are in a bad mood, sometimes you need some alone time. And you have to tell even the little ones, I need a moment. Here is your whatever you need to do to entertain yourself for 5 minutes because I need a moment.
I hear. Who is it?
Me.
Me, Ma. What is it, baby? I need to talk to you. I need to tell you something very important. Can it wait? No, it cannot wait. It's an emergency. Okay, then I have to go down the list. Is the house on fire? No. Are you on fire? No.
Now he says yes.
Are you bleeding? No. Anybody else bleeding? No. Rusty okay? Yes.
That's the dog.
I'll talk to you later. Oh, man.
But now he says to her, are you on fire? Yes. Are you bleeding? Yes.
Yeah. I'm on fire and I'm bleeding, me mom.
But for you to spend time with God, you have to set boundaries. You have to set time. You have to tell your spouse, your children, whoever. If you are trying to get a time with God in your lunch break, tell the people I'm having a moment, or just go for a walk so that there are no people with you interrupting you. You have to set boundaries so that, and healthy boundaries, so that you can spend your time with God and be able to listen to God.
My mind was running 100 miles a minute a week ago, Monday.
If my mind had a Fitbit, it would be fantastic.
It would say, are you running a marathon? Because my Fitbit asked me something. He asked me, are you hiking? No, I'm crocheting. But that Monday I was trying to get ready and get up and get ready and go to my meeting.
Yeah.
Kept starting off with the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. This is something I learned as a child. I know it in my sleep. I noticed 4 different times. I couldn't even remember where I stopped. I had to go back and start over again because something else caught my attention and I never finished it. And I had to get in front of the mirror and say, I'm not leaving this mirror until I get to the surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. But I had to consciously stop myself because I had tried saying it 4 different times and it didn't happen. So you have to be purposeful when you're praying.
Yeah.
Purposeful when you're reciting scripture. When you're giving God his word back to him, you got to be intentional. Okay, God, you know what's going on right now. But your word says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm giving that back to you. So, hey, look. It happens to us every day. There is something that tempts us every day into being angry, into being depressed. Okay? Turn TV on. You're depressed. Okay? Everything is like, oh my God, what's happening? That's when you have to spend that time with God so he can give you that peace that surpasses all understanding. I don't care how the waves are going. When Jesus said, peace be still, the winds and the waves obeyed him. Yeah. They stopped. He down in the bottom of the boat sleeping, and the disciples said, would you wake him up? We about to die. And then they wake him up. She's like, we about to die. And we get ready to flip in the ocean. He goes up. Peace be still.
Please be still.
Okay. And y'all woke me up. Now I can't go back to sleep. But he said, peace be still. Mm-hmm. Only he can say that to our circumstances and situations.
Yes.
But we have to have a relationship with him in order to hear him, to know him. This ain't nobody but God. I know you heard me say, this is nobody but God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we can't take credit for this. Okay? So, don't give up. Keep showing up.
And we want to leave you with this reminder. Feeling abandoned by God doesn't make you faithless. It makes you human. Mm-hmm. Even Jesus in his humanity cried it out in agony. Mm-hmm. But that wasn't the end of the story. Mm-hmm. And it's not the end of yours either.
Mm-hmm. Going through makes us stronger. Mm-hmm. Going through makes us depend on God more. Mm-hmm. If we didn't need God, he wouldn't be here.
Right.
Okay.
Your doubts, your questions, your tears, God can handle it all. Mm-hmm. And as he gets closer to you, you get closer to him.
Yeah.
And the closer you are, you realize he never left you.
Right.
Even when you can't feel him.
Right.
So don't give up.
Don't give up.
Keep showing up.
Keep showing
Keep
up.
Holding on.
Yes.
The silence won't last forever.
Right. Right. It will not last forever. So we thank you for joining us today on Thrive by the Rising Muse. And we hope that this conversation encouraged you, inspired you, and helped you to want to get closer to God in your relationship. And if today's episode resonated with you, share it with a friend. You never know who might need to hear that they're not alone.
Also follow us on social media. We are at The Rising Muse on all our platforms. And remember, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You can help us achieve that. Also remember that if you're experiencing a mental health crisis, please dial 988. And if you have a loved one who's experiencing the mental health crisis, dial 911 or take them to the nearest emergency room.
And if you think you're in a domestic violence relationship and you need to talk to someone or get assistance, dial 800-799-7233 or text 887-888. Please make sure you're in a safe place when you're reaching out for help.
Until next time, know that we're in this with you. And don't forget to thrive. Have a blessed day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.